Welcome to the Innovative Builder Podcast. I'm your host, Max Haben. In today's episode, we sit down with Ty Sundberg, owner and operations manager at J&RS. In our discussion, we talk about technology and innovation in the construction industry and how J&RS is working to make the customer experience more efficient and more enjoyable overall. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we ask that you hit that like button and make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss future episodes. Thanks for being with us, and enjoy the show. So you've been working for the company for over a decade now, where you've recently come into kind of an ownership role. Talk about what you do kind of on a day-to-day basis, and then I'm going to ask you about sort of the vision for the future of this company and kind of what,
Sure.
how you're helping to orchestrate that.
Right. So it started out, just as a laborer in the field, and then you work into sort of like an apprenticeship role. You learn the trade and become a journeyman, say after 4 or 5 years. Start managing a project here and a project there. And then you kind of get into like supervisory role where that's all you're doing is making sure that job is running smoothly and efficiently. Project management, we step back. I did that for feels like quite a few years, and only recently with Kurt coming on board, he really took all my projects off my plate. So that's where now, I guess today it's like operations manager for someone for the PMs to report to. But
yeah, and taking some of that off your plate is in order that you can kind of shift your focus here towards the showroom.
For sure.
Towards and talk a little bit about that. I guess it'd be a good opportunity to introduce that. And we got the new showroom opening up here in the next month or two. Talk about the genesis of that and why where did that come from? Where was the idea of that? What's sort of the impetus behind starting that up?
It'd be really cool if it was like some beautifully dreamed up plan that we wrote, in great detail many years ago or something. But honestly, a lot of the things that happen just sort of pop up, and they either seem like a good opportunity or they don't, But really for us, this efficiency in everything that we do is the most important piece. So trying to figure out how we can always be striving for, better operation, smoother run projects, smoother communication, a better experience for the customer. So specifically with cabinetry, what happened is we were buying from all the local, you could say lumber yards or vendors, and it was tough because you were always just put at the back of the line, and that's a big piece of a project. It's kind of the core of the interior design, and it's the biggest, most important.
That cabinetry element.
Yeah, the kitchen is the most important room of the home. So a couple of years ago, we decided that I wonder what it would take to just, take our in-house drawing folks and have them start designing this. So we went down that path, and it turns out, there's a lot to learn for sure. But we started doing our own in-house design and became a cabinetry dealer.
Right. We now have the 3 lines of cabinets that we offer.
Exactly. So we've got 3 designers on staff today that are ready to move down to the showroom as soon as that project's complete, the build out. And then there's sort of this blend with like all the interior coordination and interior design. We kind of look at it as a synergy that we get to give our customers. So again, going back to that customer experience.
Right. And what difference does that make for somebody, in your experience with how you've dealt with things in the past with having to outsource that? What difference is that going to make for somebody coming through the doors at J&RS as far as having that all streamlined?
Right. So this showroom, we bought this building last July down in West Duluth there. It's a 11,000 square foot building. We'll have a tenant in there. But specifically the showroom, what we envisioned when we started planning this was a one place where all of our existing customers could go to meet the designers, see all of our products. This space will be divided from like a kitchen and bath studio, and then behind it will be like an exterior materials and other finishes showroom.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be able to really, what we've done is we've partnered up with many local vendors in town here. You know, a lot of this stuff we're not dealing directly. Some of it we are, some of it we aren't.
Right.
But looking at these local partnerships, getting everybody into one place, and I feel like that's never really been done before in our market. And I haven't really seen it done anywhere. But
yeah,
where we kind of just have this design hub, but really it's much more than that, you know.
Right.
So
it's really bringing together the industry in a certain way, in a communal kind of way.
Right. It's not solely for our benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we're trying to, like I said, our existing customers, we want to bring them into one place where they're not having to drive to the countertop guy, drive over to the lighting guy, drive over to the, you know, the plumbing showroom and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Have it all in one spot where we've got a conference room with the ability to video conference, where we've got multiple kitchen displays and closet displays and laundry setup and appliances, and we're going to have a gas fireplace at the seating area, and you know, all these things where really you're just creating just a really positive experience.
Yeah. What would you say, you know, so, you know, we got the finish, we call it the finish showroom.
Yeah.
Because it's, you know, there's designers working there, it's kitchen to bath, but really it's anything related to the finishes of a home.
Yep.
You know?
Exactly.
And what but we still have the build side, we still have the construction side, which is that's our origin. That's what we've always done. We're going to continue to be builders. How do you see the integration of those two things? What are some of the challenges you foresee, and how do you expect, I guess, you know, 3 years from now, how do you expect that to look and be operating?
That's a good question, Max, and we've put a ton of thought and effort into this because it is unique, and maybe there's a reason why it hasn't been done, because it's a challenge, right? So in the beginning, there was all these thoughts about like having it be a different name, like a different entity. But at the end of the day, it came down to like, we've got 26 years in the industry with our name, and why throw that away, you know?
Right.
So that's where we, as you well know, you know, being the champion of this brand project that we've done, we've taken the J&RS Build, you know, a nice positive action word,
mm-hmm.
and sort of just separated our McQuaid operation and our McQuaid building that way. So all the build sales, all the support needed for that
mm-hmm.
will still be located there. But then anything to do with design or finish will happen down there. But the beauty of this is we can, you know, have full control. It really is under just one parent company.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a great process set up now where it's clear to the customer that they can drop into this funnel of ours, our lead funnel, and they can go down multiple, you could say, tubes of the slide here.
Mm-hmm. The
or
finish and design, or the build and construction.
Right. Yeah. So they can take them all. If it's like a full big new home project, they're going to pretty much touch every piece of the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we want to let people know for sure that, you know, we can do a material only design and order that, you know, we have a receiving dock down there, a shipping dock that
mm-hmm.
we've actually got a cute little overhead door for people to back their vehicles up to pick up, say, a vanity or a small kitchen order. So we've set this process up really well so that we really can be the go-to for all things cabinetry and design. Yeah.
It's super exciting. One of the other parts of it I'm looking forward to is the innovation in the technology.
Yeah.
Since I came on board, you've been talking about that a lot, is the importance of technology and embracing that, which in an industry like ours sometimes gets, you know, I'd say deprioritized
right.
in the trades. You know, it's just not something I think we're as quick to embrace.
Right.
A lot of old school mentality, which is great. You know, we have a lot of that in our blood, but times are changing. There's there are new ways of doing things, and
Right.
that's something we really embrace here. It's something I've seen since I've been here, something that's very important. Talk about some of the technology and ways we're going to implement that into the showroom for customers.
Sure. So even before the showroom dream began, we definitely started dabbling in different technologies, you know, even just starting with, you know, I don't know how many years ago, getting iPhones for all the crews, you know, like, I remember when that was sort of a, whoa.
Groundbreaking.
Yeah. You know, and so starting all the way back there, but then looking at like project management software. So we've got a software called Co-Construct that we use on our, you could say kind of on the build side, that we're actually planning to bring right into the finish side. And that's a really cool, again, synergy that we're just going to be able to roll with. We don't have to develop like crazy accounting systems and separate point of sale, and it's literally all handled under this one software.
And the customers are very much involved with the use of that software too, as a communication portal.
Right.
And
yeah, they've got a login. They download the app, and even for just a very simple project, there's a very simple portal for it. Our trade partners and our vendors and subs have access to that. Everything pretty much goes through that software. That's kind of the management end of it. But yeah, there's obviously all the different design software. We definitely plan to have the virtual reality capability and, you know, 3D modeling, and so you can essentially step into your space long before it's ever built. So
yeah, and that's, I think, the benefit of having the showroom, where you can come there, you can touch different finishes, different materials. You can put on the virtual reality goggles and walk through spaces. It's just an exciting time, I think, to be in the home design and build industry, and for people who are looking to build a home too, or remodel their home. I think it's just the innovations that are at people's fingertips now. You know, I had no idea, you know, before I started working here, just some of the innovations that they're capable of.
Right.
You know? So
yeah,
it's exciting to be at the forefront of that and to see over the coming years how that continues to move forward.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like you said earlier, I don't think most people would expect that a construction company would really need to, you know, much in the way of software to run a business. But we're seeing more and more. I mean, as you well know, every day feels like we're looking at another software to integrate into the, you know, specific pieces and parts of the company that could benefit from it. But yeah.
Excellent. Well, I don't have any other questions. I think that we covered a good amount of ground there. I do look forward to having you back on here and as we open up the showroom and really get this thing off the ground and running, kind of catching back up and talking about how things are going, and inviting people down to the new showroom. So look forward to open the doors.
We're very excited, just like you said, Max, to have something open to the public in a great location, you know, where they can come in and walk around, you know, for free, look at all of our displays and look at our products, and have one spot where everything is consolidated, and then, you know, talk to our showroom gal about what the process is, and then, you know, we want to make sure that it's a good partnership too before we get into this. So we've got a process set up where, you know, we plan to assess that, and, you know, before we get too deep with our designers, we want to make sure that, you know, this is a good partnership for both parties,
and a great experience for the customers as well.
Right.
I know that's important. So. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us. Later this week, we're going to be back with the podcast. We're actually going to be talking to one of the designers who will be working at the showroom, Heidi Wiede, and she's going to come on the show and talk about her role here at J&R, and we'll get to actually pick her brain a little bit about design and cabinetry and the works. So,
she's good.
Yep, she's gonna do a great job, and she's super fun and exciting person to be around. So, look forward to talking to Heidi. In the meantime, thanks, Ty, for joining us today. And we're signing off. If you want to learn more about how you can start a project with us here in Duluth, our website is jrsduluth.com. You can check out some of our work there. You can learn a little bit more about us, and we've got a bunch of content that we're starting to upload to the website there, and some educational, informational videos as well. So make sure you check that out and tune back in to our next episode. For J&RS, my name is Max Haben. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Max.